let's make a hobo dinner. Now, to be quite honest, I didn't know about this recipe or the name of it until people on Twitter was telling me that's what this was. So that's what I'm going to call it, I guess. So take a sheet of aluminum foil, and we're going to make 4 of these. So I made 4 sheets of aluminum foil, laid it out flat. I took some potatoes and I sliced them, and some onions. Actually, for the 4, I used 3 potatoes and 1 big onion, and just sliced them into, I don't know, just 1/8-inch slices, I suppose. Stacked them up with some carrots. I thought afterwards I could have taken a can of corn and maybe put a couple of spoonfuls of corn on each of these. But you just get it piled up there. And then I've got this salt, pepper, garlic mix. You can use whatever kind of seasoning you want, but this is what I used for this occasion. I'm just going to sprinkle that on the vegetables. And then I'm going to take a frozen hamburger patty. Now, I had these in the freezer, and I used them up, but I don't know that I would use the frozen again. I think I would take fresh ground beef and make my own patties. But I'm going to lay that on top of the vegetables, and I'm going to season it up with the salt and pepper and garlic that I showed you previously. And so we're going to get this all stacked together best we can. I took a pat of butter because butter makes everything better. So I took a pat of butter and set it on top. And I'm going to get this all ready to go. And you could put in this foil whatever you wanted, but this is just what I chose. And then you just wrap it up really tight. So you want to make sure that it's not going to leak. So make sure that your seam is on the top, obviously. But we're going to get all 4 of these made. And what I did, I just put them on the Traeger, my smoker outside. I turned it down to 400 degrees, and I didn't wait for it to preheat or anything. I just set them on there and let the smoker get up to 400 with them on there. And so they're going to ride on that. I did check them after about 45 minutes, and they weren't quite done. So I went 1 hour on the smoker, and this is how they turned out. I thought they turned out really well, although I do think that the frozen patty did kind of dry out at the end. So I think I would use my own ground beef and maybe jazzed up the ground beef some. But 1 hour at 400, and it was cooked perfect. So let me know if you tried this. Thanks.